Don't touch him. The guard's shout cracked across the garden like thunder, but the girl didn't move. Her hand stayed pressed against the boy's leg. For the first time in his life, something beneath his skin twitched, small, uncertain, but alive. Liam gasped. Maya froze. They both stared, terrified and amazed. I felt it move, she whispered. The boy's pale face turned toward her. That's impossible. I can't feel anything. Then why are you shaking? She shot back, eyes wide. Before he could answer, footsteps thundered down the stone path. The guard lunged, yanking Maya away as Liam screamed, Stop! She didn't hurt me. But no one listened. Within seconds, the garden was empty again, and silence, heavy and practiced, swallowed the mansion whole. That night, Liam's father, Alexander Rowe, summoned his private physician. From the hallway, Liam heard their voices, sharp, urgent, and strange. Words like data, stimulus, containment. He didn't know what they meant, but they made his stomach twist. Maya wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. Her mother washed sheets in the staff quarters, and Maya, tin and fearless, tagged along most days, finding corners of the estate where no one noticed her. The boy in the wheelchair by the fountain, he was just another secret in a place built to hide things. The next morning, Maya slipped past the guards again. Liam sat in the same spot, the same stillness. They said you made trouble, he murmured. I make miracles, she said, half smiling. Show me again. He hesitated, but lifted the blanket. Tiny red marks dotted his legs, uniform and circular. Therapy, he said softly. That's what they call it. Maya leaned closer. Therapy doesn't leave scars like that. Her fingertips brushed one of the marks. Liam flinched, but then he felt it. That faint pulse again. A rhythmic vibration, mechanical, unnatural. It's still moving, she whispered. What are you doing? Listening. Maya, someone shouted from the balcony. They both froze. Alexander Rowe stood above them, face rigid, voice booming. Get that child out of here. Now. Within hours, Maya's mother was fired. The next 3 days passed in silence. Liam didn't eat, didn't speak. He just watched the fountain where she had laughed, waiting for a sound that didn't come. On the fourth night, rain hit the windows like impatient fingers. Liam sat awake, staring at the thin scar on his leg. Something flickered under it, a flash of silver. He pressed his thumb hard. Pain shot up his body, sharp and real. It hurt, but it was real. Pain means stop, she had said. But for him, pain meant alive. At dawn, Maya returned. She was drenched, shivering, but determined. They can't keep me away. Liam's voice trembled. They're putting things in me. What things? I don't know. They call them sensors. Show me. He pulled back the blanket. One wound had split open overnight. Inside glimmered a metallic edge. Maya's breath caught. That's not supposed to be there. Before they could move, men in white coats burst into the greenhouse. Behind them came Alexander, his expression caught between fury and fear. What is going on? Maya stood up, hands shaking but firm. He's got metal inside him. That's classified equipment, one doctor barked, snatching something from her hand. Alexander turned slowly. Equipment. The man stammered. Monitoring devices. Harmless. Neurological tracking for research. Alexander's face hardened. You're experimenting on my son? The doctor hesitated. It's not what it sounds like. Then tell me why he can't walk. Silence. Maya's voice broke it. He moved when I touched him. Every head turned. Liam's father blinked, disbelief written in every line of his face. He what? Look, Maya whispered. She touched his leg again. The muscle jerked. Small, fragile, but undeniable. The doctor went white. That's not possible. The implants suppress motor function. Suppress. Alexander roared. You disabled my child to collect your precious data. Security dragged the men out as Alexander dropped to his knees beside Liam. Son, can you feel me? Tears filled the boy's eyes. Yes. By morning, the house was a crime scene. Surgeons extracted 4 microchips no larger than rice grains from the boy's muscles. Devices designed to block motion while measuring neural activity. The funding trail led straight back to Rowe Biotech, the empire Alexander himself had built. He had paid for the machines that stole his child's body. The headlines erupted across the country. Millionaire's son used in secret medical experiment. During the hearings, the truth spread like wildfire. A research team had bribed Liam's first doctor years ago, disguising the implants as diagnostic electrodes. The boy's paralysis had been engineered to produce clean data for military-grade prosthetics. When the verdict came, Alexander refused to speak to reporters. He stood outside the courthouse, hand resting on Liam's shoulder. They said science was progress, he said quietly. But it was greed wearing a lab coat. He sold the company within weeks and used the settlement to build something new, a rehabilitation center that offered treatment for children who could never have afforded it. He named it after the girl who'd changed everything, the Maya Foundation. Months later, Liam stood in its garden, braces on his legs, sunlight spilling across the grass. Maya ran beside him, ready to catch him if he stumbled. "You sure you can do this?" she teased. He grinned. "You woke me up once. I just need to remember how to walk." Each step was shaky, each breath heavy, but they were his. Alexander watched from the porch, tears in his eyes. "You were right, Maya," he said softly. "Sometimes love heals what science breaks." She smiled back at him. "No, sir. It just reminds people where to look." By the next spring, Liam took his first steps without help. Cameras flashed, reporters cheered, but he only looked at Maya, the girl who never listened when the world told her not to care. Because in a mansion once built on silence, a child's laughter finally echoed again. And for the first time, everyone heard it.